Vinh Nguyen was working as a nail technician in San Mateo, California, when his life changed by $228.4 million. Krys P. had worked 12-hour factory shifts for 28 years in Ontario when he learned he was suddenly $40 million richer. These are not stories about people positioned for wealth. These are stories about people who clocked in, did the work, and went home to ordinary lives until one ticket changed everything. In this video, we break down 15 ordinary working people who won lottery jackpots and what their lives looked like before and after. Number 15. Vinh Nguyen. From nail technician to $228 million, Vinh Nguyen was a Vietnamese immigrant working as a nail technician in San Mateo, California, earning a modest income one client at a time. In 2014, he won $228.4 million in the Powerball. He claimed the prize, hired a legal and financial team, and withdrew almost entirely from public view. No interviews, no celebrity spending. He simply continued living with the same quiet discipline that had defined him before, now protecting a fortune instead of building toward one. And the next winner traded scrap metal and livestock feed for one of the largest jackpots in Powerball history. Number 14. Neal Wanless. From behind on property taxes to a 47,000-acre ranch. Neal Wanless was 23, and behind on his property taxes in Todd County, South Dakota, one of the poorest counties in America. In May 2009, he won $232 million in the Powerball, taking home $88.5 million after taxes. He promised at the podium he would not squander it. He built a 47,000-acre working ranch and turned it into a real agribusiness, selling it in December 2022 for $37 million, more than double what he paid. The man behind on taxes became the man who built and sold an empire. Next, meet the gas station attendant who turned minimum wage into a quarter-century of financial security. Number 13. Timothy Schultz. From minimum wage to a quarter-century of security. Timothy Schultz was 21, earning minimum wage at a gas station in Iowa. In February 1999, he won $28 million in the Powerball. He consulted wealth professionals before spending anything, invested the majority in stocks and bonds, and built his finances to generate passive income for life. More than 25 years later, he still lives off that interest and hosts the podcast Lottery, Dreams, and Fortune, helping other winners avoid the mistakes he skipped. Now, discover what happened when a school principal's quiet profession met a sudden, massive jackpot. Number 12. Les Robbins. From classroom discipline to generational giving. Les Robbins was a school principal in Wisconsin, a job built on patience, structure, and guiding other people's children. In 1993, he won $111 million in the Powerball. Where most advisors pushed him toward the lump sum, he chose the annuity, applying the same patience that had defined his career. He used early payments to build Camp Winnegator, a children's day camp still running more than 30 years later. And the next winner traded a bus route for a whiskey distillery and 30 rental properties. Number 11. Peter Lavery. From bus driver to property portfolio. Peter Lavery was earning a basic salary as a bus driver in Northern Ireland, navigating the same routes day after day for little more than the basics. In 1996, he won £10.2 million on the UK National Lottery. Rather than simply spending, he invested, partnering in a whiskey distillery that helped create the Danny Boy brand and steadily acquiring property until his portfolio reached 30 buildings. No scandal, no bankruptcy. Just a former bus driver who built 2 income streams that quietly compound while he sleeps. Now, meet the builder who used his own hands to construct the life his jackpot made possible. Number 10. Gareth Bull. From self-employed builder to self-built mansion. Gareth Bull was a self-employed builder from Mansfield, England, taking jobs as they came. In January 2012, he won £40.6 million in the Euro Millions. He did not hire someone else to build his dream home. He built it himself on a 2-acre plot in Nottinghamshire, even living in a caravan on-site during COVID lockdown to keep working. He moved in on Christmas Eve 2020 and still lives there more than 12 years later. Next, discover the hospital worker whose jackpot was the largest single-ticket Powerball prize ever recorded. Number 9. Mavis Wanczyk. From hospital shifts to the largest single-ticket win in history. Mavis Wanczyk worked at a hospital in Massachusetts, putting in the kind of long, demanding shifts healthcare workers across the country know intimately. In August 2017, she won $758 million in the Powerball, the largest single-ticket jackpot ever claimed at that time. She called her employer from the lottery office and quit on the spot, then disappeared from public life almost entirely. No press tour, no brand deals, just a woman who had spent years caring for others and finally had the resources to care for herself. Now meet the single mother who turned $112 million into a film career she had always wanted to build. Number 8. Cynthia Stafford. From single mother of 5 to Hollywood producer, Cynthia Stafford was a single mother in California, raising 5 of her late brother's children after his death. In May 2007, she won $112 million in the Mega Millions. She took the lump sum and immediately invested in film and entertainment production in Los Angeles, a career she had always intended to build but never had the capital for. The jackpot did not retire her ambition. It funded it. And the next winner shows what happens when generosity outpaces the money, and the money runs out anyway. Number 7. Janite Lee. From wig shop owner to a cautionary lesson in giving. Janite Lee was a South Korean immigrant running a wig shop in St. Louis. In 1993, she won $18 million in the Illinois lottery. She gave generously to politics, education, community causes, even placing her name on a reading room at a major university law school. But she sold her annual payment rights for a lump sum with no advisor managing the outflow. By 2001, at 60, she filed for bankruptcy with less than $700 to her name. Not a failure of generosity. A reminder that generosity needs structure. Next, meet a man whose entire family became his financial advisors, with consequences that nearly cost him his life. Number 6. William Bud Post. From $2.46 in the bank to a $16 million lesson. William Bud Post III had $2.46 in his bank account when he won the Pennsylvania lottery in 1988. He won $16.2 million but hired no professional advisor, instead listening to siblings who steered him into failed ventures. His own brother hired a hitman to try to kill him over the inheritance. Post survived, but cycled between debt and brief recovery, dying in 2006 with $1 million still owed. One of the starkest warnings about what happens when no one steps in to say stop. Now discover the bin man whose jackpot became one of the UK's most talked about cautionary tales. Number 5. Michael Carroll. From bin man to biscuit factory and back again. Michael Carroll was 19, working as a bin man in Norfolk, England. In 2002, he won £9.7 million on the UK National Lottery, photographed at his claim wearing an electronic tag from a prior conviction. He spent lavishly, surrounded himself with people who enabled rather than restrained him, and by 2012, the money was gone. He returned to working in a biscuit factory. The story closed almost exactly where it began, except now the lesson was permanent. Next, meet the mother whose $10.5 million vanished by the time she needed a bus pass to get to work. Number 4. Sharon Tirabassi. From $10.5 million to a bus ride to a part-time job. Sharon Tirabassi was a working mother in Canada, managing the same daily pressures faced by households across the country. In 2004, she won $10.5 million in the Lotto Super 7. She moved her family into a large home, bought cars, and gave generously to friends and relatives, but had no formal financial advisor managing the outflow. By 2013, she was riding a bus to a part-time job to support her children. The fortune was completely gone. She later said she wished she had received real, structured guidance from the start. And the next winners turned chicken feed into the largest jackpot in their province's history. Number 3. Brett McCoy and Robin Walker. From pipeliner and stay-at-home mom to $60 million. Brett McCoy worked as a pipeliner, and Robin Walker was a stay-at-home mother of 4 in Pierre, Alberta, a hamlet of just 98 people. On September 22, 2017, the couple bought a Lotto Max ticket while stopping for chicken feed. Robin scanned it and thought she had won $60,000. The clerk corrected her. "Robin, you have to count the zeros. They had won $60 million. The largest jackpot in Alberta's history." McCoy was still deciding whether to take time off. Walker said she could finally buy all the chickens she wanted. Next, meet the shipping worker who won $50 million and was back at his job by Monday morning. Number 2. Pierre. From 40 years in shipping to a $50 million Tuesday, Pierre had worked in shipping in Montreal for 40 years, the kind of long, dependable career that rarely makes the news. In October 2023, he won $50 million in the Lotto Max while shopping for Thanksgiving dinner. His daughter screamed so loud the family thought she had seen a spider. Richard barely reacted and was back at work at 4:30 the following Monday. "I can't leave them alone in the dark," he said. "Without me, the shipping department is not feasible." 40 years of showing up does not disappear because of one ticket, and the final winner spent 28 years on a factory floor before learning his life had changed forever. Number 1. Krys P. From 28 years on a factory floor to $40 million. Krys P. worked 12-hour shifts in a factory in London, Ontario for 28 years. "We learned to live within our means and save our money," he said. His days were built around discipline, repetition, and showing up, the unglamorous foundation of an entire working life. In December 2024, he and a friend shared an $80.4 million Lotto Max jackpot, the largest payout in Canadian lottery history at the time. His share was $40 million. "My life will 100% change," he said. But before spending anything, he chose to take his time and get advice from the right people. "I don't want to go crazy," he said. "I want things set up properly for future generations." 28 years of discipline did not end with the win. It became the plan for what came next. And there you have it. 15 ordinary working people, 15 different jobs, one truth connecting all of them. None were positioned for wealth. They were nail technicians, bus drivers, factory workers, hospital staff, single parents, people who clocked in and did the work, same as anyone watching right now. What separated the ones who kept their fortune from the ones who lost it was not the size of the jackpot. It was what they did in the days that followed. If this reminded you that ordinary people really do win, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who plays. Which of these 15 before lives looked most like yours? Drop your answer below. See you in our next video.